Hey everyone. So this week's topic is on FERPA. So how do I feel about that as a parent or a teacher? So just some background knowledge on FERPA. It is the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, which is meant under federal law to protect private information of students and allow parents to access and amend their children's educational records. FERPA protects the students from educational agencies sharing their private information without written parental consent. So, school employees are required to safeguard the confidentiality of student records. FERPA protects the privacy of students and their legal guardians. Schools are required to obtain parents' written consent before they are allowed to share the student identifiable information. However, if they do have written consent, then they must share that documentation. My opinion of FERPA is I think it's an amazing thing to have, just like HIPAA. We don't want everybody to know what's going on with this student, and they need to be protected under every type of guideline that we have. We don't need to let everybody in the school know that they have an IEP. We don't need to let everybody know they have accommodations. It's not anything anybody needs to know other than the parent and the school and the faculty. Anybody that has anything to do with said child. I actually have a special needs child of my own. He has been labeled globally developmentally delayed. He is 5. He is on a 3-year-old's level. And I now have to have him tested for learning disabilities in addition to that. I don't need everybody knowing that. Granted, I don't mind sharing it with my peers up here for this particular reason. Because it's a learning experience for me, just as it can be for you. Everybody has something going on, and we need to respect that and make sure that it's confidential. Just like when we get IEPs, 504s, medical documentation, what have you, for any of our students, we have to protect it. It needs to be under lock and key. It cannot be out for Jane Austen to come up to my desk and read, oh, well, Mary Smith has a IEP for a learning disability, and she has to have read aloud every time she has a test. That's no one's business but mine, that students, and the school officials that deal with that student. So obviously it's secrecy. Anything that can hinder that child emotionally needs to be dealt with very cautiously. Now, the implications of this is pretty obvious. If we don't protect that child in any type way possible, then the district and the school are obviously at a risk of a lawsuit because we did not protect that child. So anyone that has access to that student file must maintain absolute secrecy. And in addition to that, anybody that looks at that file, it has to be documented, such as like a sign out sheet or what have you. It has to be documented. So we know, well, Mary Smith's aunt was the last one that, looked at her file with mom's written permission. Here's mom's written permission. Here's aunt's signature. And this is when it was accessed. That all has to be very well documented to protect that student. So overall, I think FERPA is a great thing to have, just like HIPAA. Not everyone needs to know what's going on with everybody else. And, MYOB, mind your own business. And that's how I run my classroom as well. So overall, I think it's a great thing. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. Bye.